Time for Call Kurtis now. We all know that cell phone service, of course, can be spotty, but a Carmichael woman says that her texting abilities are spotty.
After spending more than a month waiting for a solution from her carrier, she called Kurtis. This is her lifeline.
It really is. This woman is living with MS, and she absolutely needs text messaging to keep in touch with her caregivers. She says when certain people send her a text, the message isn't getting through. Battling multiple sclerosis, Susan Cole has a tough time talking and getting around. Her tool to communicate, the text message feature on her phone. She uses it to talk with family, friends, and her caregivers like Maria Bernardino.
It's important for her to receive these texts.
But Susan hasn't been getting all her texts since switching to Metro PCS in August. She could send them, but people like Maria say their responses are not getting back to Susan.
Very frustrating.
Susan thought it may have something to do with her BlackBerry, which was made for another provider. But the store that helped her unlock the BlackBerry so she could use it with Metro PCS looked into it and said the problem wasn't with the phone.
They went as far as proving to us that it was not the equipment, it was the line.
So Maria and Susan went to this Metro PCS corporate store in Citrus Heights, which said it could take a week to fix. But a week came and went, so they called the store.
And I says, but how long are we going to wait? And he says, well, it could be weeks.
Again, this phone is Susan's way of communicating, and she says there was no sense of urgency, no explanation whatsoever of what was causing the text problem.
If all it is, pushing buttons, is it putting her name at the top of the list because of how urgent it is? Why can't we have that done for her?
We called up Metro PCS, and guess what? The problem seemed to be moved to the top of the list. That same day, the company realized the number was not completely transferred over back in August during what's called the porting process. They fixed it. Just like that, Susan started getting all of her texts.
Hallelujah. Finally.
Now, when you switch over phones from one service provider to another, keep in mind, every feature may not work. Now, even though she is getting texts now, they have offered Susan one of their phones free of charge. And if you have a consumer problem you can't resolve, maybe we can. Call the hotline Monday through Friday, or you could always go to CBS13.com, click on Call Kurtis, and fill out our form.